Hey, what's up, Bob? So, again, coffee thoughts in the middle of the day. You actually see what's around me today. And tonight, or today, I'm on Jess. So I'm drinking coffee, sitting on my motorcycle. Ah, and it is actually a fairly nice day. Blue skies and all that. Got some storm clouds, it looks like, earlier. But anyway, back to another, edition of Coffee Thoughts. One thing I am noticing is it's a lot louder here during the day. Uh, all right, so let's follow up on some conversations we've had recently. Uh, well, from discussing things with you, it seems like a pretty strong tendency to go towards the personal growth thing. But I think that's an important thing in life in general, and especially where you're at in life right now. There's lots of growth, lots of all that stuff. Uh, that's such a huge topic that getting the whatchamacallit, narrowing it down to a quick session gets a little tough. Because that's an area of focus that's been around and worked on for quite some time. But I think we'll start with one of the things that I was kind of impressed with you on was questioning conventional wisdom sometimes. Um, and you nailed something straight on the head that a lot of people, they just say, oh, this is what they say, so this is what we do. And there are times where that's very much the case to do. Sorry, there's a cement truck over in the background. Hopefully it's not interfering with the audio too much. And my hair goes crazy. But what you're talking about was, that whole idea in relationships and that concept of, if you can't, how does it go? Man, I'm so far removed from all that stuff nowadays. If you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best, type thing. Sweaty hair and wind making it stand up everywhere. But if you can't handle me at my best, or my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. And there's some credence to that. But people take it as, well, if you don't love me the way I am, and me being, not trying to be better and show my best, then there's no reason for me actually trying to do my best. And that's the way I see it usually in practice. And that is entirely the wrong mentality, because you should be trying to make yourself better in some way every day. When you're showing up, you should always try to show up as your best and constantly be trying to make yourself your best better. Because there are times in life where your best simply isn't enough. It's not a popular opinion. It's not the everybody gets the blue ribbon and a trophy mentality. But life, just as life is, you don't get a trophy just for being present. You have to show up. You have to give the effort, and you have to grow. And that's one of the things that the world has become very adverse to, is the putting forth the effort. And whether this be studying and schoolwork, or getting a certification for a certain certification for a career path, or training in martial arts, or physical fitness, or any of that stuff. It's not just, and I like the idea of the weight training, because it's very easy to relate to. It's not just about pick heavy thing up, put heavy thing down, and then do it again. Yeah, that's what it looks like in a lot of times. But you're putting the effort where it needs to be for what you're working, and you're putting forth a level of effort and intensity that forces you to grow. Yeah, it can be uncomfortable. Yeah, you will be sore afterwards. But once your system realizes, oh, okay, it will grow and adapt and become stronger. And that's it's a very uncomfortable thing, and it's one of those things that humans being humans are kind of adverse to try. Because effort is hard. And we are creatures of comfort, and we're creatures of habits, and we become comfortable in our habits. And usually those habits are the habit of being comfortable. Um, it's really easy to fall into that trap of, well, this is just it, and there's no reason for me to grow better. Well, there are lots of reasons to grow better. One is just to be a better you, just a little bit better tomorrow than you were yesterday. And it's that type of mentality. But this kind of goes back to some of the Stoic conversation that we had that video or 2 or 3 ago. I'm not sure what we're up to at this point. But it's the Stoic idea of voluntary hardship. Voluntarily doing things that are difficult, that put you outside your comfort zone, that aren't easy, because it builds that effort muscle, it builds that resilience muscle. And no, those aren't physical muscles, at least not as far as I'm aware. But they are real things that do make a noticeable difference when you're going about your life. And yeah, so personal growth, it's a very important topic, and there's so many different areas of development. And everybody has their areas that they're gifted in that just they build strength in them very quickly, and certain areas they aren't gifted in, and it takes real consistent, determined effort to get to. But I think that most areas everybody can do it in, and how those areas are divided up is of a huge range of things, depending on who you talk to and which school of thought you're following. I mean, it could be, your professional life. It could be your financial life. It could be your home life, your family life. It could be your extracurriculars and those volunteer type work, or martial arts work, or physical fitness, diet, meditation. Whatever it is, there's so many different ways for it to be divided into. In one of these videos, I might go into the way that I tend to look at it and structure it down. But putting a real consistent effort in, and of an effort that is of enough to stimulate growth. That's the other thing. You have to push your boundaries to grow. Now, that doesn't mean go way off the reservation and way out there and do, incredibly, what's nice words here? And go out and do just incredibly reckless activities. But it does mean that, you're going to build up a sweat, and afterwards, you might feel some exhaustion. One of the ways that I do that in my life, just to give a reference, is I'm a big proponent of the idea of the 60-minute student. It's from the idea of the 5 a.m. club. Let's spend 60 minutes a day studying something, preferably something that's in an area that moves one of the needles in your life. But just the act of studying, spending an hour a day actively learning something, or refining a topic, growing your ability to conceptualize, has a profound influence everywhere. It's one of those meta needle movers, one that affects so many different areas of your life. So I tend to do that. And sometimes it's something on YouTube. Sometimes I'm reading a book. And even on the motorcycle, I actually happen to have a small library in my saddlebags here. Let's see. Unzip this. So, yeah, let's see. In here today I have 7 habits. Hopefully you can see that. And then I have my my planner and a little planning pad in there. Oh, like a healthy snack of nuts. just because diet's important. And traffic is picking up again. But I also, I also work out, 3 to 5 times a week. And I do it at home. There is no peer pressure. There is nobody else there to say, "Oh, get in there, give it your best effort." I have to make sure that I'm demanding that of myself. And, the way you go about doing it and whatnot makes a difference. Sometimes you can overtrain and you just don't see results from your efforts. Same thing if you're undertraining. You just might not be given the intensity you need to tell your body, "Hey, get stronger. Hey, develop." And so everybody has that sweet spot that works for them. But it all starts in the mentality of making your best better and getting the consistent practice of making that your daily must meet. Every day, try to find something you can get a little bit better at. And it doesn't have to be world-changing, peace on earth level stuff yet. Hopefully one day we'll all get to the point where like, "Oh, there it is," and boom. But it's okay. How can you be better today? How can you get your light to shine just a little bit better? I need to go through I need to remember to go through and give you my example on that one day. Maybe that'll be the next coffee thoughts. Who knows? And get comfortable in being uncomfortable, because it won't always work out. I tend to joke around a lot, and there's sometimes I'll throw a joke out there and it just completely falls flat. Other times it just, it's dead on and it's fantastic. And that's kind of the Babe Ruth, really old school baseball player, notorious for hitting home runs and whatnot. And he was one of the record holders for the most home runs, but he was also one of the record holders for the most strikeouts, because he'd swing at everything. And it's not always a bad idea in life to, when you see the ball coming your way, go ahead and step up to the plate and swing. No, you won't always hit it. No, it won't always go perfect. But if you don't swing and put the effort out there like you're trying to swing a home run, then you'll never get a home run. And so that kind of goes back to, I'll end it there, on if you don't deserve me at my, if you can't stand me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. Well, that's not an excuse to not step up to the plate and not swing like you're going for the home runs. You have to try. And if your best is not trying, then I don't know. I think everybody's capable of more. That's my personal belief. And I think everybody's capable of change. Again, my personal belief on that one. And that one's, I can look back at myself and I can see how much I have changed throughout the years by actively trying to. And so, yeah, I think Henry Ford said it of, whether a man thinks he can or thinks he can't, he's probably right. Right, if you don't believe change and growth is possible, then on an individual level, that might be the case. But in my experience, a person is capable of growth and change and development and becoming more tomorrow than they were yesterday. And just stacking those little wins can make a profound difference, done consistently, persistently, intentionally over time. You have to know what you have to decide that you're going to grow. You have to decide that you're going to put the effort out, and you have to get comfortable in being uncomfortable, because just like with working out and whatnot, you will tend to be sore. Like, since I've changed out my workout program, you've probably noticed that over the past several weeks of, "Oh, it hurts to move. I have T-Rex arms. My legs don't want to work. I'll just stay here on the ground." But that's just part of growth, and getting comfortable and being uncomfortable and knowing you're going to come back. better next time because you gave your best effort this time. Anyway, this turned out to be one of our longer episodes, and hopefully the wind's not too bad and the noise wasn't too bad. We just rolled over the 15-minute mark, so anyway, a daytime coffee thoughts. And you got me back in the habit of using creamer. Today I'm using, I think it is Funfetti. That's a very interesting, I get a kick out of it. Here I am out on the motorcycle drinking Funfetti creamered coffee. And it is weird being on a motorcycle without the biker beard, by the way. You may have noticed that. Anyway, we'll talk to you later, bud. Bye.